So I'm just trying to get my charts up here. So I hope you guys are doing well. I always ask, make sure you guys are in good spirits, or at least doing well, or hanging in there. We're hanging in there. I'm somewhere between blindly optimistic and hanging in there. I think that's where I'm at. In between them, and blindly optimistic. You guys know that ain't my usual stilo, right? You know, optimism and all that. So, you know, that tells you that I might have just lost my mind. I don't know. But it's cool. All right, I'm still functional. I probably lost my mind a long time ago, if we're going to keep it all the way 100. All right, so I'm about to do chart readings for people live. Now, I don't really want to bring people on live. I wasn't planning on bringing anybody on live. I was just going to read people's charts, like if they're in the chat, which I think I already saw one of my people. But I mean, if you want to come on live, that's fine. No problem. So I guess I can start. I seen Kimber. Kimber was in here. I know she said she wanted to go live, so I don't really be, going live with people unrehearsed. That's the control freak in me. But yeah. I mean, it's intense because I just turned it on. It'll simmer down in a minute. I've already picked the ones I'm going to do. So, Kimber, you have to request to be in my live, I think. So, I don't know. So, Kimber, I seen you hop on here. If you want to come on here. You don't want to go live? Okay, cool. I'm cool with that because I feel like, we ain't rehearsed that. No, you don't have to go live. I'm just going to read you live. Just like a tarot reading. You don't have to go live. If you want to come on, I know we got some more extroverted people. Some people that, got them Leo moons and placements and whatnot. Like my little son, he got a Leo Mars. He done finagled himself to get on my YouTube. So he's about to be on my YouTube. All right, so let's get into it. Now, keep in mind, I do read 13 signs astrology, okay? I do not read Western astrology, okay? Like, I know Western astrology exists. Trust me. I started off on Western astrology. You don't need to remind me that we're not even there, okay? If you do it and I get irritated enough, I'll probably block you because at this point, it's 2022. No one should have to tell your grown ass that there are more than one zodiac. We can move that past that part. People don't want to agree on which one is accurate. That's fine. You don't want to accept your sign of whatever zodiac. That's fine. But what we're not going to do is act like there's not different fucking zodiacs. Okay, because I'm only really tapped into 4. That's Vedic. I've gotten into Eastern real heavy lately. 13 signs in Western. So I already am in 4 alone. So just keep that mindset and we'll be good. All right. That y'all will see me kirk out probably if it happens too much. And this is how I know it's my soul mission to do this because it bothers me when people do that shit. Not a lot of things bother me, but that literally gets under my skin and I don't know why. I guess that's just my problem to solve, right? My thing. So let's get into Kimber. So what I'm just going to do a really basic read. I'm not going to get super deep. I don't want everybody knowing your business. If you guys really want, the best way to get a reading with me, in my opinion, is to book a live one with me, whether you do it through the mentorship or I do have a live chart reading, because you get to ask me questions and interact with me live. And when I get into a reading live, I can get lost in your chart. So, a good 45 solid minutes of me just going in about who the fuck you are and pulling shit out. But if you want to get a recorded reading, you can also get that as well. For people who are asking, there is a discount code. So New Year's 10, I tried it, no S, New Year 10, I believe. Or if I don't know, check the caption because I just put it up, but I don't think there is an S. Anyway, I don't fucking know. But there's a code. I'll put it in this description box. It works. I just tried it and it works. Okay, so just let y'all know. All right. So Kimber, you are born on July 17th. So that makes you a true Gemini in sidereal astrology, okay? That means that you were born under some Gemini energy. That's usually Cancerian, yes, but I'm not sold on late Junes and Julys being Cancers. They are not, in my opinion, empathetic people. They aren't naturally just empathetic. That's not their first go-to. They are very cerebral. These people born, they are very talkative, very social, very funny, very witty. Not unlike a Wendy Williams, a 50 Cent, a Kevin Hart. You know, those types of energies where they are usually very funny, very witty. But empathy is not where we're starting off with those types of people. And that's fine because you guys are ruled by the mind. It wouldn't make any sense for you guys to be all empathetic and emotional if you're not ruled by the heart. Like, say, a Barack Obama, who cries way too much for my comfortability in public because I don't be doing all that public crying. I don't know. That's what. Or a Tom Brady, you know, little emotional. So there's a difference there. Yeah, Wendy will cry. When Wendy gets called out, you know, she will cry. I don't think any of us believe it. When she does, but she does have her crybaby moments, but that is not her first thing. Wendy's gonna say some shit. So that, I just kind of described that to describe Gemini energy. So that's kind of how you present yourself. Very social, very talkative. And even if it's not with people you don't know, the thing about Gemini is they have to be comfortable with you because Gemini rules the sign of home or where you grew up, your siblings, okay? And keep in mind, if you guys want to let me know if it's resonating or not, I would really appreciate that because I don't know if you guys are getting this or not. Either way, I am recording it, so just let me know. Feedback is appreciated, okay? Because that's the whole point of this, right? So, so off that, that's even if, like I said, even if it's not with everyone, because Geminis don't have to be social with strangers. They can talk up strangers, but they are very social with the people that they know, their family, very funny. Like I said, when you get to know them, they have a wit about them, or just they really say it like it is, and it can sting sometimes. Relationship-wise, again, mind games, even if they don't want to come out and admit it, there is an energy of kind of wanting to control their person's mind, or at least be in their person's mind, control the narrative, you know, but not really, again, the most emotional people. Now with you, you actually don't have really any, well, you have your Chiron in Cancer. You do got some placements in Cancer. You got Jupiter in Cancer. So that's actually a good placement. Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter loves being in Cancer because Jupiter can just give. So you actually do have deep empathy. So that's a good thing for your particular chart. You do have the ability to care about a lot of different people, and actually that is going to be your wealth. Like Jupiter rules what you, like how you make your prosperity, how you make your wealth. So because he's in Cancer, you're someone who would be, you might want to look into doing something where your empathy is used, like, or your psychic abilities, because you probably have psychic abilities. I have Jupiter in Cancer, so I'm speaking from obviously literal experience. Very giving, very generous people, can be very emotional. And again, you have to learn how to channel that emotion into something that helps you make money. In emotion, again, doesn't always have to be sad and depressive. Emotions is being very emotionally intelligent. Even though a lot of people say that I'm not emotionally intelligent, because these are people who deal with Jupiter and Cancer people when we're upset, we are not people that you want to, like, when we're upset, yeah. Like, when you're upset, people probably have a hard time dealing with that energy because it's like a lot of water. It's Jupiter. Jupiter expands everything. So when you're emotional, you overpower people. You know, it's like water coming at you. So people will probably say that, no, you would be like, oh, they're not emotionally intelligent because they have emotional outbursts. But in reality, you actually care and take care of everyone around you in some way. You know what people need without them even telling you. Okay, you're a natural mom. Your wealth is going to be basically harnessing that maternal energy in some way. I would definitely say probably reading cards or doing something psychic, tarot related. Hold on, my child's here. Hold on, I gotta let the spawn in. Forgot it was 2 already. All right. Damn. I was like, damn, he is supposed to be getting off the bus. All right, you guys. So, yeah, like I was saying, Jupiter in Cancer, you might as well learn how to use that to make money. All right. Let's see. You would definitely do well in something like stocks as well. You got Vesta in Gemini, so you would do well with something like recognizing patterns as well. Again, a caretaker, like in patterns in people. That's what I'm doing, starting my own channel and stuff. Done readings in my town, introducing the internet cards is where it got complicated. Yeah, girl, just get on there. Once you start talking, people are gonna love you. You just gotta get on there. You're very social. You're very quick-witted. You're overthinking, which is another Gemini trait. All mind. And then you have a Virgo Moon. So yeah, girl. Yeah, Virgo Moon, overthinker. Like, girl, you definitely gotta work with some stones like black tourmaline or something that grounds you, because you, girl, that mind, I know that mind be racing. You definitely have to have anxiety. If you're not diagnosed with anxiety, I'd be very surprised, or you haven't, probably self-diagnosed that you have some sort of anxiety or overthinking with a Virgo and Gemini placement. Yeah. That comes from your parents. Your parents are similar in some way. They don't have to be exactly the same, but they're similar because your sun and your moon are both in mutable placements. So your parents, their modality was pretty similar. And even if you knew them or not, there's an over worrying, or they taught you to over worry in some way, especially the mother. And again, nurturer. So you probably get that very nurturing energy from your mom. And it's cool to use that, but you got to use it to make yourself money, because it's even in your 10th house. Your moon's in your 10th house. You got Virgo ruling your 10th house. So yeah, you got to get grounded. You got to, do a garden, so you can walk outside. Then having a Virgo moon, you're going to love gardening and getting in the soil and creating things. So that will help you stay grounded. All right. You need to be in nature. Also clean diet, Virgo moon. If you eat meat, if you eat bad, if you eat like shit, which you might because you have that Gemini sun, which kind of makes you a little immature. We all have our placements. Look, I got a bunch of Gemini in my fucking chart. I don't know why they didn't just make me one. They gave me one little placement in Cancer. Like, you should have because then I wouldn't have all these feelings. But anyway, I'm okay. I'm not gonna cry. Y'all see the new Spider-Man? I felt like Andrew Garfield in there. How he was all emotional. That's how I feel, right? That's how I am. That's me. I'm the emo Spider-Man. But anyway, because I was just thinking about that. Like, all these feelings. But no, if you don't eat clean, it's a wrap. Virgo moon, you got to eat clean. So you definitely need to eat as clean as possible. It will help with your emotional body. It will help with cooling down that mind. And again, getting active. Virgo moons are really good with their hands. I know some Virgo. I know a Virgo moon. He's a really good tattoo artist. I know my brother's a Virgo moon. He's smart. He also wants to be a teacher. Takes after sis a little bit. He's highly intelligent. Very, very smart. So yeah. You're a teacher. Naturally, you're a teacher. Your North Node is in Sagittarius, so you're meant to be a spiritual teacher. So you will become more than just a tarot reader. And I also have to talk about this last one, and then I'm going to move into somebody else. The Saturn in retrograde. I'm going to talk about that retrograde Saturn. So you're going through your Saturn return. Probably already started to feel the effects of Saturn return. Your Saturn return isn't going to be that bad because you have Saturn retrograde. Us Saturn retrograde people, we've had all our lives we had to fight. Saturn retrogrades have hard lives usually, or a lot of responsibility from a very early age. We're very tapped in, very old souls. like we're already ahead of the game because we've already done this before. Yeah, we've already you're repeating a life, so you kind of have, you know. What did my son call it the other day? He said protagonist something. He called it protagonist luck or protagonist shield or some shit. Like, pretty much you know what you're already supposed to do. It's very in you. Like, you're going to pick up things very easily. So basically you had to go through a lot so that you could be experienced at a younger age, so you can teach and do these things now. You are just now, about to turn 30. You turned 30 this past year. Yeah. So, you know, you're going to have students who are much older than you, but you're going to be able to probably relate to all of them. And with Saturn being in Capricorn in your chart, you need to start a business. If you're working for someone, cut it out. Also, you're a goat in Chinese astrology, so you're super emotional. Yeah, you definitely can pass as Cancer. I'll allow it. Yeah, with the goat, 91, and you're a light goat. Light goats are Leos, basically got Leo energy, so you do need to be in the public eye. The baby's a light goat, so believe it or not, he's very emotional. I mean, which his name is the baby. I think it makes sense. An emotion is not always crying, guys. Anger is an emotion. So, you know, yeah, you're a goat in Chinese astrology. So mixed with that, you definitely come off very Cancerian. Okay, so, but technology, if you learn how to work with your technology, you actually can make some money there too. So get into your technology. Like, you're definitely the type that creates your own apps and all that shit. Yes, you are very emotional. Yeah, you're probably good at hiding it though. See, your guides, or you looked out for yourself by giving yourself that Gemini sun. Because if you had a true Cancer sun like my ass, oh my God. Whew. Girl. Yeah. So you better be happy they gave you that Gemini sun. Stop calling yourself a Cancer, because you can have different problems in life. All right, talk about emotional instability. What? All right, moving on. So I'm about to do Ange next. Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm not keeping time on how long I'm doing these. I've had people get mad because they feel like I cut theirs shorter or not. I'm just flowing. So if I feel like I've exhausted your chart, you know, and the funny thing is, when your chart is like boom, boom, bam, you should actually be pretty happy, because that means your shit is like cohesive. It's you know, probably a little bit of an easier life. Shit makes a little bit more sense. But you got planets all over the fucking place and all that other shit. It's a little bit more complicated. So, you know, but I'm just chilling. So just keep in mind, I'm not trying to short nobody. These are again free. But also, I don't keep time. Okay, so I hope that, yeah, I just lit it. But we got some frankincense in there, so it'll chill out eventually. But I mean, it's burning real smooth. Cause shit, it's a spiritual protection candle, and I definitely been needing that, cause motherfuckers. All right, so let's get into Ange. I told Ange that I was doing her chart, but I don't know if she got my message. She didn't really respond. So, I mean, maybe she'll see this at a later time. So, Ange, I'm going to do your chart really quick. And since you're not on, it's probably not going to be that long, because, you know, I kind of spoke to Kimber. So, you know, I'm not doing the signs, you guys. So with Ange, with your chart, you were born on April 20th. So let's see, where was the sun when you were? Oh, so you're actually a true Aries. I don't know if you are, what is 420 in Western? Isn't that Taurus? Ain't that Taurus in Western astrology? Don't get me lying, because I think it's from, okay, cool, you're here. Ain't 420 Taurus in Western astrology? I be forgetting the Western dates now. But I will say April is real cuspy. You got to watch April, like April 18th, 19th, when you get like later in there, you have to go look at if you're trying to get your real sign, guys, like, keep in mind, I'm not doing this to try to care about what you call yourself. I'm trying to tell you, like, right now, the sun just went into Capricorn. Like, the sun is supposed to be going into Aquarius in Western, but if you ask Suri right now, ask her, which constellation is the sun in today? She's going to tell you that it's in Capricorn. Okay, I promise you. And you can look this up. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to give you accurate information. So keep in mind, when I say that, you got to go look at the sign. Say, Suri, where was the sun on, which constellation was the sun in on my birthday? You know, your date. Tell her a date. You can ask her a specific date. She usually can go back pretty far. So if you have Suri, or if anybody has an iPhone around you, that's how I do it. But there's also other ways. Happy birthday. I might do your read. So you can stay on if you want. But I got a couple I got to do. But I'll do yours since it's your birthday. So that'd be cool. Actually, I can bring your shit up and show that. Like, you're a true Capricorn. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Check out the day. Like, I don't care what you call yourself. You just need to know. Right? That's all my job is. That's what they said anyway. So Ange, you are a true Aries. Okay, that was my whole point. I didn't know if you were one of those people who kind of stay the same, because there are people who don't change. There are people who stay the same. Okay, some people's birthdays don't change. Like, if you're born May 16th, you're a Taurus regardless. Okay, if you're born August 17th, you're a Leo regardless, right? So there are some times that people's signs don't change. I want to make that point. All right. So with you, you have a true Aries sun. So definitely more of an extroverted person, definitely more of a person who likes to take action. Okay. You also have it's in your 9th house in your 13 signs chart. So if you're not traveling a lot, you probably need to travel a lot, like foreign travel. I know it's kind of hard right now with what we got going on, but you can still travel. You just have to go around some shit. You know, I know it's really COVID, and look, people still doing them. So you do whatever you need to do. But if you want to wait till the world opens up, you need to be traveling to foreign places, because your sun is in the 9th house and it's in Aries. So you're definitely like a backpacker type of person, or, pick up a bag and go. I feel like I'm going to Bali this week. That could definitely be you, your energy. And if you're not in that energy, it's probably like clogging up a lot of things. You need to be physically active. That's another thing. Aries people need to be physically active. If you guys aren't physically active, it leads to a lot of aggression and emotional instability. I don't care if you're, bigger, like Lizzo. I hate to use her because everybody's so sensitive about Lizzo, but I'm using her because she's a true Aries, and she's even still active. Even though she's a bigger woman, she still has like a very fiery energy about her. She's very playful. She's got a lot of energy when she's on stage. She's definitely Aries. The confidence of Lizzo, Aries. Okay, Lizzo gonna step out. She don't give a fuck. That is an Aries. Okay, Chris Brown, he gonna step. Okay, physically active. All right, you get what I'm saying? So that's the energy that I'm talking about. That very assertive, active energy is what you're gonna get with Aries versus a Mariah Carey, which y'all know I be going in on her ass, because she's a motherfucking fish. I don't see why Mariah is classified as an Aries, or fucking Kourtney Kardashian. Like, I'm not seeing it. Big Sean, he's supposedly an Aries, very cool, even-natured person compared to a Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking at more extroverted people and people who will step if need be. So the temper is there. The thing about true Aries women, they can come off very feminine, believe it or not. That's the thing about Aries women. They actually do kind of come off Taurus. So a lot of them can pass as Taurus, but if you get them triggered and you get them mad, you're going to see what I mean. It's going to be a different energy. And they might cry, but they still going to come at you. You still going to feel like, okay, there's a lot of aggression, okay? So you have to get that out. Definitely need to be physical. Hey, guys, what's up? That's a must, okay? I don't care what you do, but you need to be physical. You also have a Leo rising, so again, more fire energy. You got a lot of fire up in here. You got an Aries sun, Leo rising, okay? So fire, definitely needing to move. You got a Mars in Gemini. I'd be surprised if you could sit still. I'd be surprised if you can sit still, Ange. I'd be surprised. If you can sit still, I'd be surprised. Like, if you have to sit still, it probably sucks. Because your mind be racing, your body, you got a lot of movement. Yeah, Jupiter in Virgo too. So you do have a moon in Pisces though. So you definitely definitely work on my grudge. Well, you have a moon in Pisces, so you will cry too. You're one of those Naomi in our Queen of Wands group. She has this too. I told her the other day when I did her reading, oh, you're one of those. You'll beat somebody up while crying. I feel bad for beating this person up because you got that in Pisces moon, so you're really empathetic. You do have empathy. You'll probably even apologize after you smack somebody. Like, and legit and genuinely mean it. Like, genuinely, not like, oh, I'm sorry I smacked you. Like, genuinely be like, I really didn't mean to flip. But, you know, I got that Aries sun and then you got that watery moon. Whew. Yoga, girl. You gotta do yoga. With that placement, when you got an Aries water combo like that, you have to do some yoga to calm yourself down. And like I said, Chris done learned. He can't just be beating people up. He's chilled the fuck out. But you know, he's more physically active. He's painting and shit. So he's found different ways to channel that. You got to learn how to channel that. But yoga is going to be a good way for you to work with that energy, because you genuinely will feel bad for snapping on people. Like, and you know, people will probably call you bipolar, and you might be. You know, I'm not diagnosing you, but with that placement, it would explain if you're very moody or angry one minute and then crying the next. That would explain that, because you do feel for people. With that Pisces moon, you feel way too much. For you definitely need a malachite stone or a quartz, something that absorbs the energy that you absorb all day, because you're literally a walking emotional sponge. With the Pisces moon, you see the best in everyone, no matter what. Extremely optimistic, way too emotionally optimistic. You might also attract drunks or really toxic relationships with Pisces moons, because people emotionally dump on Pisces moons, because you guys are very therapeutic to people. So naturally, I tell Pisces moon to go into the field of therapy, because then you guys can learn how to cut it off at the end of the day, because you're going to do it regardless. I don't care if it's your mom, sister, brother, aunt, you're going to do it. So you might as well, you know, get therapy. I'm multiple personality because I curse out and then yeah. Because you genuinely feel bad. You genuinely do feel bad about it. They probably think you're nuts though. Yeah, so definitely need to get into like channeling that therapy. Even if you don't go get a degree, then, you know, like at least, you know, do something online where people can talk to you. Do like, you know, something basic, even if it's a help hotline, something where people can unload on you, but then at, you know, 5 o'clock, you pull the plug and say, actually, after these times, if you're not between these hours and you ain't booked on my schedule and I didn't get that check, sir, why are you here? I can't help you. That's going to help you create boundaries, you know, because you're going to use it for work. And once you start to get paid for it and you realize how valuable that is, you're going to be more choosy with it. Like, you know, I make $60 an hour to listen to people's problems. Why are you at my front door? You didn't pay me $60. So you're going to be less willing to give up that time when you create money around that. Okay. So that is a gift. Those things might feel like they're not gifts, but they are, if you learn how to channel it in the right way. Right. So we're definitely need to be working with yoga. You actually have, so what's that? North node in a Fucus, South node in Taurus. So you're definitely a healer. You need to get into some sort of spiritual teaching, but like it's going to be occult based. So you might even get initiated, okay, into something at some point. You're young too, so you know you got some time. You're not even at your Saturn return yet, so this you might get initiated into something around Saturn return. So that's in a couple years for you. That's usually when you turn 27 to 30, or you know, around that time. You're getting up there, but you're not there yet. Saturn is still actually in Capricorn. So 91 and 92 are having their Saturn return. 93, you're next. And you don't have Saturn retrograde, so yours might be a little bit of a doozy, depending how much you resist. Saturn returns can be easier or harder depending on how much you resist them. You usually only get 2. Yeah, there's a lot of babies. I'm teaching a lot of the young ones. I got one of my youngest mentees was like 19 or something. I've done readings for young people. Like, I'm like, what the hell? And I be feeling old, and I'm not old. I'll be like, girl, you talk about men and babies. I'm like, girl, you need to go live your damn, get off of my line. What? So, you're definitely a teacher. So, with the Mars in Gemini, you definitely would be someone who would benefit from having a podcast. You're also going to be put in situations where you're going to be in the public eye. You'll notice when you go to work, people watch you. People look at what you do because you have a Leo rising. You come off Leo-like. Leos are people we want to look at. You know, Michael Jackson is a true Leo. I'm not debating this with anyone. I will never debate this with anyone. I don't have the patience to debate Michael Jackson being a Leo with anyone. That's one I really won't debate. I really am trying to get over debating Beyonce too, because I don't really see how no one can see that. Like, I be feeling like people just be wanting to be in denial. So I don't try to entertain dumb shit. Because, like, how can you not see that? Like, even if you don't want to agree, but you can't see in your mind at all Beyonce and Michael Jackson being Leos. No, I can't do it. I'm not gonna argue with you about that. You're just trying to get on my nerves. So, like I said, people like to look at you. Yes, you do hate attention. You have an Aquarius descendant. In past lives, you were somebody who your work spoke for yourself. You were somebody who wanted to be in the spotlight. You didn't want to be in the spotlight. You wanted your artwork to be known. Like, whatever you did for a living, or you wanted to be more of a humanitarian. You didn't want attention in past lives. But that's not what, we don't come here to do our past life shit. We come here to do the opposite, right? So opposite of your Aquarius descendant is your Leo rising. So you are going to be put in situations. Trigger warning, Donald Trump has a Leo rising. I know, don't kill me. Don't kill me. But he's the main Leo rising that comes to my head. So, just saying. However you feel about him, all right? You know the nigga, okay? You know him. Leo rising. And why is Trump even famous? Who knows? He just gets put in these positions where people want to watch him. People want to see him. And this was before he was president. I'm talking about Donald Trump before presidency. I'm not talking about when he was a president. You can see it too, but before he even got into politics, he was on shows. He had a whole show. Okay, you get what I'm saying? All right, big energy. All right, CEOs, bosses. If you're not running the company, forget about it. Okay, he's a true Leo rising. So I don't even know if who's a Leo and who's not. All I know is that's, you know, the signs aren't good or bad, people aren't good or bad, and everybody has a whole different chart. So don't internalize when I use examples of people. I'm just trying to give you the energy. Don't internalize who I'm talking about, because they're different. Nobody has the same chart, okay? So his chart, it makes him that way, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to say is you're going to have to be in the spotlight, or definitely most likely a CEO or running a company. You're going to be head. People will see you as a leader. That's another reason why people are intimidated by you and look at you, because they see you as a leader. You give off the energy of someone who's in authoritative position, because Leo is authority. So people are either intimidated by you or they just fall in line, okay? So just wanted to point that out, all right? So podcast, YouTube, definitely need to work on our intuition a little bit more. You have Chiron and Cancer. So I suggest definitely working on your intuition, because your intuition isn't that great. You're not in touch with it. You were too logical in past lives, and you didn't trust your intuition. Like, you didn't believe in, you know, like faith and, shit had to make sense to you. And you have to get out of that energy of having to know everything before you do it. You have to just kind of leave your phone one day, go out, go travel in nature, do some weird shit that, you know, is very intuitive. Even start reading cards, all right? You know, but there was something about you being too logical in the past life, and you're probably doing it in this life, and it's hindering your wealth. Because the more you get out of that overthinking energy of I have to know everything and plan everything out, the more you just kind of let go and be you, your finances are going to significantly increase. Your Jupiter is retrograde, and it's not a bad placement. It's not a good placement for the soul. It means that you generally weren't happy in a past life, and it most likely was due to overthinking. Okay, so nope, not an Aries sun in the 9th house. Plans? Girl, please. You're tripping. Yeah, y'all need to be getting these charts read. Okay, God, I see why you've been on me. I see why. Because they out here lying to these people. No. Girl, Aries sun in the ninth house, you shouldn't even be home right now. You should be somewhere else. You should be having a travel blog. You fucking your life up. Y'all playing. This God, I see why. You right. You right. Let me do my job. You right. All right, and that's what I got for you, hun. Like I said, if anybody wants to book with me, check out my website. I have a code up. Check out my page. I just put the code up. And I will be doing this again. Like I said, I'm getting more into this because this is what I like to do. I do this shit for fun. Like, this is fun to me. I don't know why it's fun. It's weird, right? I know, but I like this. Tarot, I like it, but it's tarot. It's cool, but it's not this. This is my baby. So I'm going to be doing this. Hopefully you guys really enjoy these. I mean, I know they're going to be a little bit longer and, people want their chart read, but, I'll try to do as many people as I can, so just work with me on that. So let's see. And all right, so is Tanina in here? I don't know if Tanina's in here because I told her, good, you guys like it, awesome. So when I post it on my other page, y'all just leave a comment. You ain't got to watch the whole thing over, but just leave a comment if you guys see it so people can know that I'm doing it, right? I need y'all to be helping me out, especially since I've been incognito for the last couple weeks. They've been... yes, I am going to do a read for you. I just need to do the people that I already committed to. So I got 2 more people. Tanina, I'm trying to see if she's on. If Tanina's not on, I'll just go ahead and do her last. I'll go ahead and do Elle because she's on. And then I'll do yours. But I'm just trying to see if Tanina's on. Because she didn't respond to my message either. So, I know people are at work and stuff. I usually like to do stuff like this at night. But because it's a longer video, I'd rather not try to squeeze it in. That's what happened last night. It got too late. And I was like, nah, it's too late to do this. I'm going to be not in this energy. I would have been tired as hell, irritated. Probably, who knows. All right, so I'll just go ahead and get into L. Then we'll do the birthday person. And then my other page is in my bio. It says cutie Q Camisado up there. And you can click on that. That's my only page. I have other pages, but if it's not in my bio, then it's not me. Because I know people be underscoring and adding shit and trying to copy me. I can't. It's not me. All right. So let me go ahead and do L. Let's see what's up with L real quick. Well, L, I've already kind of done your reading before. But, I always get a little bit better. I always fine-tune my skills as time goes on. So, it's been a while. So, I'll recap here. Oh, yeah. I remember your chart. Okay, so North Node in Cancer. Okay, so pretty much you have a Capricorn rising. Yeah, okay. I remember doing it. I was like, hold on. Yeah, so you have a Capricorn rising. So you definitely came here to be more... It's interesting because you're having like a hard balance here. Your chart is like one of those loop-de-loop charts. Like there's some threads sewn up in this bitch. Girl, what the fuck is this? What is this? I read this before. Yeah, L. What the hell was this? You chose this chart? What the fuck? Okay. I don't know what the hell you was doing, but you're a very complex individual, and your life path is very complex because it's like you're supposed to be a boss, but also like a mom at the same time. It's very interesting balance because the South Node is in Capricorn and it's in it's with your ascendant. So it's basically like you have to use past life energy like basically working from home, definitely. Like you probably wouldn't be doing, you can't work at like a job. You need to work from home with this energy. Because it's like you're supposed to be a boss, but you're still supposed to channel the maternal energy, like domesticated energy. That's why I'm kind of like, this is interesting, because it's like they don't want you to release your past life energy. You, girl, what the hell? I'm on you. This your shit. Got me looking at this sideways like, what the hell is this? I believe this is your chart. I don't want to put your information out there, but this you. This is the chart that I had. Girl. I ain't gonna lie, this chart's a little bit of a, I don't want to say it's a hot mess, but it's threaded, girl. This is some threaded shit. Like, they don't want you to let go of your past life energy of like being maternal and being like a mom, but they kind of do, because they're asking you to be like a boss. And like, this is like Martha Stewart. This is like Martha Stewart. This is the best way I can, because she's a Cancer. She's a true Cancer in sidereal, and she's a boss. You know, she made her money from home products. You get in cooking. You get what I'm saying? It's like a balance, because she's still a boss, but she uses the maternal energies to make money. So that's kind of the best way to describe this chart. If I can just describe it, just down, like, you know what I'm saying? Just put it out there. It's definitely Martha Stewart. This is definitely a Martha Stewart chart, because you got to learn how to balance both. Like having a cooking thing, but it's at home. You know, you doing shit from home, or you're going to make home stuff about the home. You care a lot about your home. Since your North Node is in Cancer and your rising is Capricorn, definitely could have, well, I know you, so I know children is delayed. Okay. I do work and cook at the sea. This is weird shit. This y'all see what I'm saying? Look at, I do work and cook at the same time. Why? Anyway, that ain't my business. Because I got a Cancer sun and a Capricorn moon, so I be doing the same damn thing. So I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's just this chart, though, honey. It's a little different. You know. But yeah, children probably are going to be delayed because they want you to focus on a business. Like, they want you to, you're like, whoever you decided to agree with this damn chart, is something here about money, like big money too. Business, like you're gonna own corporations. Like, this is big money. Capricorn risings, they are meant to make a lot of money. Okay. You also are, you already know, a Sagittarius sun in sidereal astrology, but your sun is actually in your 12th house. So sun in 12th house people, you guys know I always laugh and joke and say that's the serial killer placement, but it is. I mean, it is. We do call it the serial killer placement in astrology. Not saying you have to be a serial killer, but you might have some thoughts about some things. Might be a little crazy. Might have thought about some things. I don't know what you thought about. I just know there's a lot of turmoil in the soul because your sun is in the house that Pisces rules. Okay. So you definitely come off very Piscean, even though you do have that fiery energy. So this usually comes with like shrinking yourself. A lot of times when I see, like, my son has a sun in the 12th house. So I'm saying that in jest, jokingly, not like really saying anybody is a serial killer, but we do call it that placement because those people aren't in touch with their ego. And yeah, they're also crazy. Like, they are loony. Like, not even trying to be funny, but they usually have, like, they get mad and it's mad. Like, it's a different level of mad. So you got to watch them. My brother also has this placement. So I've been around a couple of them. They're usually nice people. They're usually very kind people because they don't have egos. So they're not like very confident people. They're not, you know, I got to climb on the next type of person. They actually tend to be too giving to people. So sun in 12th house, you guys actually don't think about yourself enough. It's almost like a sun in the 7th house where you kind of, you know, get rid of your own ego. And that creates anger because you want things, right? But you have a problem asserting yourself and getting those things sometimes, even if that means you might have to, you know, overtake somebody or, you know, assert yourself in a situation. So a lot of times you guys feel like maybe you miss opportunities or that people are, you know, dominating you or you feel dominated. This could even be from childhood. Usually it comes from childhood. Obviously, you know, you're born with your chart. So like, my son will definitely say that I was domineering as a mother when he gets older. I done already read his chart. I know how I'm showing up. already came to terms with that. You're going to clean your room. I'm sorry you don't want to clean your room. You're going to. It's just every time I see it. Sorry. You mad? Yeah. You know, so definitely there's an issue with asserting yourself or taking what you want because there could have been a domineering parent in your life, you know. So or you had a lot of responsibility from a young age because you do have a moon in Taurus. My niece my older niece, the one who just turned, she's 13. She has a Taurus moon, and I call her the grandma because she is always trying to make sure. She thinks she is our grandma. She thinks that she runs, like, we are her people, and she tells us she needs to know where we're at. She's very grown for her age. Taurus moon people usually are mature for your age because there was over-reliance from the mother. The mother relied on you too much. So you guys tend to be very responsible, all right? When everyone's freaking out, like, this is facts because I called Elle the other day. I was flipping the fuck out and I called Elle. And I forgot Elle had a Taurus moon. So this is like literally, I was flipping the other day and I was like, I gotta call her. I called her on Instagram and I was calm after I finished talking to her. So what I'm about to say is definitely, I've experienced this. People call you in crisis. People usually call you when there's a lot going on. I know that what you do for work. I know you're a lawyer, so it makes sense. People are going to, with the Taurus moon, there is an energy of like, okay, she can take care of it. I know everything is going crazy, but when I get around Elle, I feel balanced. I feel like everything's going to be okay. I feel like she's going to take control and deal with it. Yeah, sidereal. It's right there on the cusp. You almost have an Aries. You almost have an Aries moon, but right there on the cusp is it's right. It's 0 degrees Taurus. You almost had an Aries moon, so it might come off a little Arian. So that might be a little bit of anger, but Taurus moons are great crisis operators. So paramedics, you guys make great paramedics. Anything where people feel like they're in crisis or need help. Also great Reiki healers. You guys make amazing Reiki healers because you guys can control energy. Somebody coming with all that, you like, You know, it's very hard to anger a Taurus moon. So if you angered a Taurus moon, I don't know what the fuck you did. Because they're very sweet. They're very much like grandmothers. They, you know, they cook. They're very even natured. The moon loves being in Taurus. When you were a child, when you were born, you became the voice of reason. Moon and Taurus people are very chill. They love money. That's another thing. You love money. Very good at getting money. You can be the mean girls though. That I do call my niece Regina George. But in all fairness, her and Rachel McAdams have similar birthdays. So I think that's why, because she has like a Libra sun. I think that's why she comes off very Regina George. But Taurus moon can be Regina George too. You guys can be very superficial and y'all know how to get that money. Which, you know, usually you guys make your own money so you can be bougie, you know, but you guys usually are like, you can't sit with us. Like, you know, you very, yeah. Like my niece calls it coming for people's necks. That's what she calls it. She's like, yeah, I had to come for their neck. I had to. Like, she feels it's her place. So you guys do have a little bit of like, yeah, straight to the point. Y'all hold no punches. Because people think like Kanye's a Gemini. But Kanye's actually a true Taurus. And the thing about Taurus people is their truth. Gemini people will gloss things up and make it sound nice. They'll say some fucked up shit to you, but laugh it off. Or like Kevin Hart when Don Cheadle told him his age, and Kevin Hart was like, "Damn," he laughed it off, but you could tell Don Cheadle's feelings was like really hurt. Kanye wouldn't have laughed. He was like, "Damn, you old. Well, move on." Like they're truth tellers, so they can be very blunt and they can definitely hurt your feelings. The Geminis are definitely people who they know how to say things in a good way. They know how to say fucked up things, and it's either people are going to laugh about it or it sounds more politically correct. Whereas Taurus people, they have no filter. Prince, you can watch his interviews, straight shooter. You might not like, again, Trump, you don't like him, whatever, straight shooter. He says whatever the fuck he's thinking. Like, Geminis are more calculated than that. They are not going to say that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was hurt, but Kevin made it funny, so everyone laughed at it. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye would have just shrugged. If Kanye said that to Don, he would have been like, look, bro. And Don Cheadle is the opposite sign of Kanye. So is Jay-Z. So they have like some weird soulmate thing going on, him and Jay-Z, because they're opposite signs. I peeped that a while ago. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, you know, he would have shrugged it off. He wouldn't have cared. He would have not laughed and tried to like make it in jest. He would have kept that serious ass face because he's dead ass serious. So that's kind of how you may be like very blunt. People know that when they're speaking to you, they're going to get the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, that's probably why people come to you for advice so much. But yeah, you got a lot of Capricorn energy. You got South Node in Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn. Girl, you should have went to the damn military with all this damn Capricorn in your chart. But yeah, Oprah, big Oprah energy. You got Oprah, Martha Stewart energy. You know what I'm saying? Oprah's a true Capricorn. Again, money. I don't see how people can debate that with me. You're not going to debate me that Oprah is the money sign. I'm sorry. I'm not going to debate that with you. But you have a lot of that energy. Somebody who's very good with business, very good with accumulating wealth. But also with the Sagittarius sun, the cool thing about that is you can expand your wealth to really like big heights. That's like Jeff Bezos, right? Jeff Bezos is like January 12th. People say he's a Capricorn, right, because he has money, which honestly, no, you'll tell the difference because Capricorn people usually, not all the time, but usually they have to work hard for their wealth, right? They got to struggle like a Kevin Gates or even an Ellen DeGeneres. Like they have started from the bottom. Now we're here, like struggle story, like Oprah, right? Whereas Jeff Bezos, I'm not saying he didn't struggle, but the way that man makes money, it's just like, it's a luck-based thing. You know what I'm saying? It's more like this nigga don't do shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very expansive and it just keeps growing, right? It's like Amazon's not stopping. You know what I'm saying? So that's Jupiterian energy. That's why most people born in January have the highest incomes. They usually have the highest incomes because they're actually ruled by Jupiter. And if they don't want to hear it because they're on Capricorn, whatever, you keep on thinking that's about what it is. But if you tap into that Jupiterian energy, and get more onto your spiritual shit, like you will make more money without having to work so hard. So it really just depends on if you want to tap into it or not, because Jupiter expands things to create links. This is why Jeff Bezos will always out earn Oprah, because she's kind of capped in a way because she's an earthly person and, you know, it's not expansive. Jupiter is going to expand things to a level that most people aren't going to achieve. So yeah, that Sag energy is totally different. Sag people are royalty, actually. Not saying, well, Capricorn isn't a royal sign, naturally. Sagittarius is. This is like, again, I'll bring up the baby. He's a true Sag. Money, you know, they don't have to work like really hard for it. They don't have, because they're usually well liked. And if you like, if you watch some of Jeff Bezos' interviews, he actually has like a very kind of funny disposition. He's not like so serious like Oprah is. You know, Oprah's so fucking serious usually. She does have humor, but Oprah is a boss. Like that's Lilith, okay? We're not even gonna talk about Lilith. But yes, he has more of like a jovial, like a Jim Carrey type of personality. So when you guys tap into that, like how Jim Carrey is, or Betty White, or Steve Harvey, these funny, if you guys let go and loosen the fuck up, and just be yourselves, and that charismatic energy of Jupiter, that social climbing energy of Jupiter, where you guys know how to talk to anyone and get what you want out of anyone. When you guys start to use that, you really start to accumulate wealth. So you guys are social dominators. You guys actually don't have to work so hard if you guys stop thinking, oh, I'm a Capricorn, so I gotta be a boss and I gotta work hard. No, you guys are funny as fuck. Like, you guys are hilarious. Most of the time, you guys are funny, jovial, social people that can really influence people to give you fucking money without having to work super hard for it. So I just wanted to break that down. But yeah, get into beauty stuff too, because you got some Taurus stuff in your chart. So makeup, wigs, all that shit that, you know, people are into right now, because you got a couple different placements in Taurus that indicate you would do well in the beauty industry, even if you just invest in it. You know, even if you just invest. Like Rihanna has a Taurus second house, I believe, and that's why Rihanna makes most of her money from beauty. She was never going to make the most of her wealth from music. Music was for her therapy to help her with her childhood, but her wealth was always going to come from beauty and women, that type of thing, because she has a Taurus second house. So, you know, that's what I mean by that. All right. I didn't realize I was funny till a professor told me. No, you guys are hilarious. January, I don't know any January people that aren't usually funny. If they're not funny, they might be later in January, so they're more serious. But most early like if you're talking about before I'd say before the 18th and before they're funny. You guys are all like, it's a wit. It's because it's the opposite of Gemini. Sagittarians are like smart funny. You guys make people think. So you guys make great comedians. Your Geminis make great comedians too, but their jokes aren't as like, it's, you know, Jim Carrey can have a philosophical fucking talk, right, where he's supposed to be serious, but he's funny and he makes it funny. So it's like Steve Harvey. You know what I'm saying? He has like a seriousness to him, like a air of sophistication. You guys are sophisticated funny. That's the best way I can put it. You guys are sophisticated funny. Versus a Gemini, they are raunchy funny, or like they hit low. They hit low, but you know what I'm saying? Sagittarians, they have a certain air about them that they don't have to really say, you know, obnoxious shit all the time. You guys definitely can take the piss out of people and make people think, and that's your bread and butter. It's a very jovial energy. So Jim Carrey is a perfect example of a true Sag. Like, in my opinion, jovial, that's Jupiter. Like, if Jupiter was a person, it would be probably Jim Carrey. Funny and expansive. I mean, money. And you, if you go back and watch Jim Carrey's story, he manifested, like he even said he wrote a check to himself and put it in his wallet. And funnily enough, he was talking to Oprah when he said this. I just talked about her. And he told her he wrote a check to himself and manifested that check. So he's spiritual. Sagittarians you guys are gurus. You're gurus. Like, you know, funny gurus who say funny shit. Like, it's funny, but it's true. Like Buddha, you know, like, oh, it's funny, it's a joke, but oh, you made me think. Like, that's you guys' energy. So when you guys get into that spiritual teacher role, then your money is going to really expand. So you got to get out of that, oh, I'm a Capricorn. It's cool, but it's unnecessary. It's draining. I get frustrated seeing you guys do it because I'm just like, whatever. But y'all are stubborn. January's, I don't even got time for y'all. There's too many of y'all in my life. I'm not taking no more Januaries. Late Januaries I can do, but I'm filled on the early Januaries. Don't bring, if you the 18th and above, no. If you at the top of the month of January, I love you. I will see you next lifetime. I'm not doing no more, y'all. I could take some Decembers, but I love y'all Januaries, but y'all too much. Y'all get on my nerves. So fucking stubborn. I'm like, we still talking about this 6 years later? Didn't I tell you this 6 years ago? About to keep telling you this shit. Because the thing about y'all is y'all can make the shit work. Y'all can make it. It doesn't matter if the ship is sinking. Y'all can still find a way to make that shit float. And I'm like, bro, so it's just, you just want to make it sink longer? So it's just going to take 10 years to sink instead of you know, that's why I be irritated. Y'all be riding shit to the flats, the car flat. There's no rims on the bitch. Like, just let it go. You know, no, you know, and that's the thing. Sagittarians, it's a sign of letting things go, just being is, and that's what y'all gotta work on. Just let shit be. Capricorns, keep the terror. Yeah, cause they're fucking. Cause y'all are. Most of y'all hoes. Either we gonna keep that 100. Don't get me started, because a lot of y'all, not all y'all, but, and I accept y'all. I accept y'all as hoes. I accept it. But then y'all want to act like y'all not hoes. Like, y'all know y'all hoes. Stop playing with me. I know you, and I accept you the way you are. I love you, but you're not going, because y'all got that sophisticated energy. Like, oh, I can't be a hoe. No, you a hoe. You a mutable fire sign, bro. Stop playing with me. You're the Knight of Wands. If you want to be accurate, you know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. But anyway, we're gonna move into the birthday person. So, birthday person, I have to get your time of birth. So you're gonna have to tell me your information on live. So I don't know if you're comfortable with people knowing that shit. I mean, that's the only way I'm gonna be able to get it, because I can't go into my DMs and get it. So if you want me to do your chart reading, I need your time of birth, where you were born, and the day you were born. Woo. Yeah, girl, booked and busy. I bet you they do. I bet you they do. You're welcome. Whew. So I don't know if the birthday person is still on here. Because if not, I'm going to do... Okay, cool. Where at in India? Girl. 2005? You know I was 15 in 2005. What are you doing on my live? Ain't you supposed to be in school? Hold on. The hell? Shouldn't you be in school? Am I I ain't that old. You should be in school. Hold on. 10 a.m. Where were you born at in India? Gotta get a little bit more specific. Oh, Lord. Don't talk. I don't want to talk about it no more. Not 18. Not 2000. No. Not 2005 people. Oh, hell no. Okay, nah. I'm not even doing that math. I'm not doing that math. I rebuke that math today. All right. So what time you said we're in at India? I'm not about to do that math. Nope. I need to know where you were born in India. I want some Indian food. I'm gonna have to go get me some Indian. I'm gonna have to order some. Y'all cash at me some money so I can order some Indian and don't feel bad. Let's see. I think I got it right here. All right. Are you a man or a woman? I love Indian food. Y'all have no idea. Like, that's the way to my heart. 18 tomorrow. Y'all gonna make me pick up my J's. I need to smoke. I'm gonna have to smoke. Oh, we got some testosterone on here. Okay. All right. I need me some more males on my channel. Yeah, so I don't even want to do the math. I don't even know. Yeah, isn't that? Hold on. I'm so confused. No. See, I just said I don't want to do the math, and now y'all got me doing the math. No, that's right. Yeah, you just turned 18 today. Yeah. So let me put this to your 13 signs chart. All right, so yeah, I'm thinking it is, but I don't know. I'm waiting on y'all to. So you're not turning 18, you turning 17. That's what everybody's saying in the chat. Because we ain't moving past this. They said you 17. They said you 17. Which, yeah. They said you not 18. Let me stay out the business. That ain't my business. All right, 2005. Okay, I just wanted you to get that because everybody was like, you not 18. All right. Hey, what's up, Sophie? I was just gonna wait for you to get it because everybody was not with the shit. They was like, nah, you not making us older than what we need to be. Hell no. Okay, so I believe you are a rooster in Chinese astrology, if I'm not mistaken. I get kind of fuzzy when we get into the 2000s, but I believe you're a rooster. So that means you have, no, she's 17. Well, sorry, he's 17. He's turning 17 today. So, you, basically your year is Virgo. Because rooster is a Virgo. It's a Virgo energy in Chinese astrology. So that's naturally a teacher. You have Jupiter in Virgo in your chart, so it's not weird to me that I said that. It's so interesting because a lot of times people's Chinese astrology is in their chart in some way. Like, I find it, like, most of the time. Like, for instance, I'm a horse in Chinese astrology, and I have a bunch of Gemini in my chart, like a bunch of it. And the horse is Gemini in Chinese astrology. So I don't know why the fuck that's like that, but I see that a lot of the times. So I feel like I love Eastern astrology and I love 13 signs. I love Vedic. Those seem to be more accurate to me, and they all seem to like line up. Yeah. So yeah, I was just let him figure it out. Cause like everybody say you lying, bro. Okay, so let's see. You have a North Node in Pisces. So a spiritual teacher, definitely. Like you're supposed to be a spiritual teacher, kind of, just to sum it all up with that Virgo energy. Yeah, you got Mars in a Fucus. A Fucus is the sign that, you know, everybody act like doesn't exist, but then they turn around and talk about, oh, my Chiron's in Taurus. I'm like, how can you use Chiron and not a Fucus when they kind of go together? Anyway, but so yeah, basically, you are meant to be a healer. Like, you're probably going to get into something mystical, something magic related, okay? Probably a traveler. You're definitely going to be a traveler to different countries. Got a lot of Sagittarian energy. The people that you're most attracted to, honestly, are going to be people who are different than you. You're probably going to be, like, really in, like, love relationships, attracted to people who are from some sort of different background than you are. I know you're in India, so they could be American. I don't know. They're gonna be some different culture. Because you definitely seem to be someone who needs to travel. Okay? Yeah. Because I feel like in past lives, there's an energy of you, you stayed put too much. Like, you stayed around your family too much. So your Saturn is retrograde. So like I said earlier, if your Saturn is retrograde, that means you are repeating a life cycle. So this makes you older than what you usually are. So in your defense, you probably are like really 28 at your age with the Saturn retrograde, because Saturn retrograde speeds up your aging. It speeds up your maturity. I don't want to say it speeds up your aging, because some Saturn retrogrades can actually delay physical aging, but the maturity is there. So you are more mature than your counterparts and people around you. The fact that you're getting your astrology chart read so young speaks to your maturity. Most people don't really start caring about that stuff in a very serious way. Like, yeah, if you go to a fair and a carnival, cool, you know, but like actually seeking out spiritual counsel, that comes usually for a lot of people at later ages, because that's when we kind of get like 27, 28. Oh, wow, hold up. I'm not going to be here forever. I need to start, caring about that, right? But when you're young, when you have a Saturn retrograde, you start caring about those things early. This is why I've practiced astrology since I was 7 years old, because I have a Saturn retrograde. I kind of behave way too mature. People just say, aren't you too small? Yeah, that you're gonna get that all the time. But no, it's your Saturn retrograde, so you're not. It's actually a symptom of someone who's repeating your life cycle. You've done this before. So it's cool in theory, but it actually sucks when you think about it, because it means your ass is repeating shit. So who really wants to keep repeating shit? It means that life is going to be a little bit harder on you to make sure that you do your shit this time, because you got a fucking Saturn retrograde. So it means that, that Saturn said, okay, I'll give you another chance, bro. Like, I'll let you try it again, but don't be fucking up. So, you know what I'm saying? Just keep that in mind when you are being pulled towards situations that are out of your comfort zone. Because your Saturn is retrograde in Gemini, there's going to be a lot of circumstances in your life that pull you to traveling outside of your comfort zone. This literally probably means leaving your country, your family, to learn, to gather other experiences. Okay, you might even go somewhere for school. Okay, you need to take those opportunities, okay? Because you played it too small in past lives. That's why you came back with this damn Saturn retrograde. Because what Saturn wants you to do is collect experiences that you can speak about. He wants you to be able to go experience life so that you got something to talk about. And he wants you to broadcast this to as many people as possible through possibly social media, podcasting, whatever you wind up doing, where you're spreading your message and your experiences to other people. In past lives, you didn't do this, so this is why you're back here. Okay. Yeah, well, keep traveling, because that's going to be a really big importance. You have a Pisces rising, so My ex-husband has a Pisces rising. My brother has a Pisces rising too. Stability is not y'all strong suit. Y'all try to live a stable life, but it actually is really, Rihanna, I believe, also has a Pisces rising. So dual citizenship is, Rihanna has a Pisces rising. So dual citizenship is something that's usually seen, or people who are doing, you usually are in and out. So yeah, you might stay close to home, like you might have a home back home, but you're probably going to travel or live somewhere else, like have a dual citizenship or constantly be traveling. Usually with Pisces risings, that's not always the case. It depends on the chart. I have to look at it, but sometimes Pisces rising can indicate that this is one of your last incarnations, if not the last one, because you are detaching. Pisces is the 12th house. It's known as the death house. It's, you know what I mean? So when you have a Pisces rising, it means that you are learning to detach from the world. Pisces risings, they tend to withhold from having roots, like having children. So they might not have children because they don't want attachments. They might not come out and say this because Pisces rising people are actually non-confrontational. They're actually they don't like confrontation. So sometimes they might not say these things, or because they don't want to sound a certain way. But you guys usually don't like to have too many attachments because you're not really here to experience a bunch of attachments. With a Pisces rising, you're actually here to let go. You're actually here to experience detachment through spiritual enlightenment. And when you do that, it usually means that you're going back to the source pretty soon, or whatever, you're ascending to whatever the fuck you're about to be doing. So this probably will be one of your last incarnations. You might not get married. My ex-husband, we were married, but were we really married? I mean, I guess we were married. Paperwork said we were married. But Pisces risings don't like attachment. And even if you do have children, yes, Neptune in the first is similar as Pisces rising, yes. Marilyn Monroe had Neptune in the first house, so it's very similar energy. But yes, you guys don't like attachments. And if you do get attachments, you guys usually aren't good with them. So you might have a partner, but then always want to be away from them, or have children and not really be in their life or as attached. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying just be aware of this. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of this. So, I'm not saying you can't have a family and stuff, but just be aware that you're not here to have earthly attachments. You're here to experience spiritual ascension. So this is definitely seen in monks, people who become monks, or lone travelers, people who are always, your friends are like, oh, well, what country are you going to this week? Because you're constantly traveling. You're constantly wanting to be free. Okay. So the only thing that will work against you in that way is your Taurus moon. Your Taurus moon is all about attachments. Okay. Taurus, so you're going to be conflicted a lot with the Taurus moon, okay? Because Taurus moon is earthly, so you're going to want to be stable, especially because you probably, like I told Elle earlier, she has a Taurus moon, and I kind of already went into that. You guys had to be very stable from a young age. There's a lot of responsibility, so your emotional body wants stability. So that's why I said, don't turn your nose up too much at having at least homes or real estate property, like having the essence of a home, because a Taurus moon needs a home base. You guys need somewhere where you guys can cook, clean, like come home and be all Taurusy, snuggled, warm. So you're not going to be completely detached. You're still going to be around your family. You're still going to want to be around your mom if she's still, around, because you have that moon, that emotional attachment. So keep in mind, you're not going to be able to just detach as easily as you would like to. This is why it's your rising sign, because it's something you're supposed to be constantly working towards. You're not just going to be like, oh, I'm 18, I'm spiritually detached from everybody. No, that's not how rising signs work. If it was like that, then why even incarnate? You don't achieve your rising. Your rising is something you work on your whole life. So yeah, I bet your mom is your world. Taurus moons. If you know a true Taurus moon, I ain't talking about y'all fake ass Aries moons and y'all think y'all Taurus moons. I'm talking about a Taurus moon, sidereal. Talk about their mom. Talk about their mom. I promise you, they don't get angry a lot, but that's when you gonna see a different energy. You gonna see you gonna be like, nah, I was just playing. Nah, they don't play about their mom. Taurus moons don't play about their mom. Don't ever fuck with a Taurus moon. They food, they mom, or they money. Those are probably the three things that you're going to see a different energy out of a Taurus moon. Okay? But yes, you're going to have those attachments. So keep in mind, this is not something you're just going to wake up and be like, oh yeah, I'm detached. No. Rising signs are things you constantly have to work towards. So that's, you know, something you're going to see in your chart. But yeah, you're probably going to marry, if you do marry someone, it'll probably be someone older and someone who wants, because your Juno is in Capricorn. I didn't really get into love into other readings, but, you know, this just wanted to, because this goes into your theme, because you're somebody who's not supposed to be getting married and all that shit. But with your Juno and Capricorn, you'll probably marry somebody where it's more of like an arrangement. I hate to say it that way, but it's more about stability reasons. So this person they might have a business and be more stable because they have that Capricorn energy, and you're like a traveler and you do your thing, and they might have some stability to them. So the person that you wind up with might be older than you. I'm getting Nick Jonas and his chick. I didn't even know the chick was pushing 40. I didn't even know that. I was like, let me find out Nick in the Cougars. I didn't even know. I had to go find out when I'm about to be doing a reading on them, because, you know, I'm nosy. But, you know, that's going to be on my Junk Tarot channel. I'll let y'all know when I do it, because I want to know. I'm doing a couple celebrity readings. It's on my list. I promise y'all I'm getting these shits done. But it's just, I have to do them at the right time. But either way, I didn't know his wife was damn near 40. I did not know that. But that's probably going to be you. Yeah, she older. She not old. She older. I didn't know for his age. Because, you know, Nick is young. I didn't know that I was like, she robbing cradles. Oh, Lord. When did they start talking? Was he legal? I just want to make sure. That's all. But I was a little taken. She pretty. She beautiful, though. I did not know she was that old. But no, you're probably going to wind up being with an older person. An older, more established person who wants children. They want a family structure, so they will get married. But it's going to feel more like an arrangement than love. And it's Capricorn Juno. I didn't make this up. You chose this chart, which makes sense, because if you don't want all the attachment, then it would make sense to have more of an arrangement. Not saying you're going to have an arranged marriage. You might. I don't know. Y'all, you know, you are in India. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it will feel more like an arrangement. It will feel more like we're together for a reason than love. It's more fidelity. It's more because I needed to get married to have structure and family and wealth. I need someone to leave my money to. It's that type of thing, you know, because you do have a Taurus moon, so money is important. As much as you don't want the attachments, you're going to need to make sure you're not too attached, but, you know, you're going to have the money. So, you know, that's your chart in a nutshell. You might also get with somebody famous, because you have a 7th house. Leo's almost there. You kind of have like a Virgo Leo thing going on in your 7th house. So this person can either be like a teacher. They have like a very earthly energy. So this person feels like older than you. And it feels like maybe somebody who wants children. And I keep getting that. That's important to this person. And you have like a Leo 7th house. So this person could be famous, or you guys could have like a power couple vibe. It feels like your spouse is going to be someone who has authority or money. They're going to be like established. So it could be like a Oprah and Stedman thing where they just are partners. Oprah ain't never called that man her husband. She ain't got that type of time. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm about to do Tanita. Then I'm going to hop off that part out. Shit, I shouldn't have did that. Oh, well, because I have to cut it out because y'all can't be seeing people's business. But that's fine. It's towards the end, so I know where it's at. All right, so Tanina is not on here, I believe. But I will do her reading, and I'll let her know she was the last one, so it's going to be towards the end. All right, so... and I didn't even plan for these to be that deep, but I told you guys I get deep when I get into these readings. I just pull things out, and this is not even a full reading. This is just what I'm pulling out of the chart. Okay, so with Tanina, you have a Virgo rising in sidereal astrology. You are also a true Capricorn. So if you have time, you can go back and listen to all the shit I said about Oprah, because that's pretty much you. So your birthday it has to be soon. Has to be coming up. Let me see. Why is this not? Hold on. Oh, your birthday is in 2 days. Okay, Tanina, so happy early birthday. So I got some birthday people. Cool. That's cool. So the 22nd, so that makes you a true Capricorn. And I didn't really get into this in the birthday person's reading into their sun sign too much because they had a whole bunch of other shit going on. But I mean, if he's still on there, you're welcome. He can hear a little bit more about the sun in Capricorn. Again, sun in Capricorn, business people, hands down, need to be in business. You guys do very well financially when you guys are in business, okay? So just to name a few, Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, J. Cole, Justin Timberlake, okay? Very good financially, and also music. You guys are really good with music. Meg Thee Stallion is like a true Capricorn. I believe Alicia Keys is as well. So very, especially the Capricorn woman is usually very musically inclined. If you guys aren't musically inclined, you're good at managing people in the business or dealing with managerial type of things. You guys are good with, managing other people. So even if you're not in the business yourself as a star, you're good at managing other people, and you guys always are going to have like multiple businesses. Okay, like again, Meg Thee Stallion, she's got all types of deals going on. Oprah, you know her, you know Ellen's got her hand in a bunch of shit. J. Cole, he manages people. Kevin Gates, he's, you know, self-made. You guys are usually self-made. Ray J, he's another one. I think, no, Ray J, I believe he might be a Sagittarius in Sidereal. I'm trying to think of some males, but I keep thinking a lot more women. I gave a good variation. I gotta find some more male true Capricorn, because most of them, like I think Gucci Man is one. Yeah, I think he's a true Capricorn in sidereal astrology too. Again, music, money, yeah. Yeah, because Keisha Kaur is a Capricorn in Western, but she's really a Sag. Yes, okay, yeah. So Gucci Man's another one, off the top of my head. Blueface, the rapper. I know y'all, everybody hate him, but he's also a true Blueface is a true Capricorn, and he's born during the year of the ox. So he's like double Capricorn, because the oxens are Capricorn energy. So he's like, I know that man is cutthroat as fuck. I know people hate his ass because he ain't got no feelings. He is all about the money. Blueface fits him perfectly. He definitely came up with the right name for his energy. I don't know if he's ever got his chart read, but yeah. Yeah, he's definitely all about that money. So you guys are definitely, like I said, musically inclined, financially gifted with making money, lots of money, big businesses. If you guys are working for people, it's usually a waste, or unless you're in some sort of position where you're managing people, supervising people, telling people what to do, seeing people's strengths and putting them where they're best suited, okay? A lot of times people call y'all Aquarians. They say you're detached. You guys are not detached at all. Y'all love y'all families. You guys are very, he's so sweet. I always see him at my grocery store. Oh, that's nice. He better be nice to you. You guys, Capricorn actually is very paternal. It's the opposite sign of Cancer. So even though you guys don't show your emotions because you're more of the father, you know, fathers are supposed to be tough. You know, they're not supposed to really show the emotion like the Cancerian. You guys are just as emotional as Cancerians, just as sentimental. You guys love family. So all that saying that y'all are detached Aquarians, no, that's more than February's. We'll talk about that. The people that y'all think are Pisceans, we'll talk about that another day. But most January people really love family. They really love their children, especially if they have children. They're very paternal. Even the mothers, they usually take on the role of the father if the father is not, especially if the father's not around, obviously, but they usually still take on that role of providing for their children. But you guys are also very nurturing because you're earth signs. You are, Capricorn, I will say, are one of the signs that almost comes off as fixed, even though it's a cardinal energy, because they're very bossy. Because again, you guys are bosses and CEOs. That's your best bet with that energy. Late January, early February, you might as well just CEO. Don't even, or music, manage it. Because even music is managing things, right? It's putting instruments, like you guys make great producers, right? Because you guys know what sounds go best where. You know what I mean? Because you guys are really good at saying where things fit the best. So, but you guys are very stubborn, and because you're Saturn ruled, you can come off as fixed. So this is why a lot of you guys can pass as Aquarians, because you're just as stubborn as Aquarians. And a lot of things that people need to keep in mind is that when you're the next sign over is going to be very similar to the sign before it. So a lot of times you can pass as a Cancer if you have a Gemini sun. You can almost come off as emotional. You guys are true Geminis are very good at being emotionally manipulative. You guys are good at mimicking emotions, but actually feeling them and empathy, it really just depends on the chart, right? I'm not saying you guys don't have it, but you guys are more solution oriented. You're not, going to sit around and usually cry about it. You guys are going to think things through. More of a thinkers, and you guys are also very calculating. So, but similar to Cancer. So just like Capricorn is very similar to Aquarius energy. So they're going to be very similar, but there's subtle differences. Okay. If you're an astrologer and, if you're somebody who deals with different zodiacs, you can see the similarities, but you can also see the distinct differences. And Capricorn, like I said, they're not detached people like they say. They actually do love their families. They're great cooks as well. That's another thing that you'll find, because they're very earth oriented. So they're actually very good cooks, but again, that comes from knowing what spices are good and things like that. I'm doing Tanina's. The people that got chose, they know who got chose. I'm on my last one because I've actually did 5 and I've been on here almost 2 hours now. So, you also have Jupiter in Sag. You do have a lot of Sag placements. So, I was talking about Jeff Bezos earlier. Jeff Bezos is a true Sagittarius in sidereal astrology, and I was talking about how he basically is good at expanding his income. And I also talked about how you guys, anybody who has like true Sagittarian placements, they probably come up as Capricorn in your Western chart. You definitely need to get into some sort of spiritual practice or, philosophy, those types of things, because the more you guys are in a spiritual role, the better your money is going to be. People will actually want to be more generous with you guys, the more generous you guys are with your philosophies and your thought processes. So basically, people are going to come to you to hear, your thoughts about things and your perspectives about things. That's very important. So Jupiter in Sagittarius, that's actually a really good placement to have. So if you got into spiritual teaching or you got into some sort of spiritual bag of some sort, that would be really good. You're actually a boar, a pig in Chinese astrology. So you're actually very emotional. So if you don't do music, I'd be surprised. You probably would be good doing some music because you got a lot of emotions, got a lot of feelings. Because if you're born, just a little side note, if you're born in January of a year and you're trying to look up at your Chinese astrology sign, you have to look at the year before, because January is still considered a part of that year in Chinese astrology. So you're not like 84 is actually the year of the rat. So like LeBron James, I believe, because I believe he's in December, if I'm not mistaken. He's a rat. But if he was born in January, he would have been a boar, a pig, which that's because he's born in January. So anytime you're born in January and you're trying to look up your Chinese astrology sign, make sure you're looking at the year before and not the year after. Because the Chinese New Year doesn't change until February, which is actually time correct, because there's 13 moon cycles, but we're not going to get into that. Western astrology and Western thinking, I really don't know who came up. I mean, I know who came up with it, but I don't know why we still do it. I don't know why we still act like it's a real thing. Yes, they're a cusp in sidereal. I'm a cusp. I'm a cusp. Like I'm on Cancer, Leo cusp. So yeah, I do believe in cusp. That's a thing. So you also have Saturn in Libra. Saturn in Libra also makes you a very good business person. So again, you really need to be doing your own business. If you're on your own business, I'm pretty sure you're probably not doing as well as you could be. I'm not saying you're not doing good, but Saturn in Libra people are like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, okay? I believe Steve Jobs also had Saturn in Libra. So when I'm talking about these people who are innovators and big business people, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Saturn and Libra. So you guys really are good at business deals, okay? So that's something you also need to look into, or legal lawyers with Saturn and Libra. You guys make great lawyers, or judges. Anything where you have to like judge a situation or be fair, balanced. That's where you guys are doing the most. And you guys are also kind of the bridge generation between you're an elder to some people, but you're still younger to other people. So you guys are like a bridge between generations. Like Saturn and Libra is definitely like a bridge between like traditionalism and new age. So there's going to be a balance between the two of you. Like you're going to have like between Saturn and Libra people. So you have philosophies that are traditional. Like there are things that you still believe in that are traditional, but you're also going to be open to the new age. But you're going to be someone who has like a balance of both. You're not going to let go of the traditional, things that your parents probably taught you or your grandparents. But you also are open to the more 90s and the 2000s type of life where you can hang in both balances. So you will find that you get people from different generations asking you things, older people and younger people, because the older people want the info on the new age and then the younger people need guidance. So you're going to be it's like what J. Cole says when he says I'm in middle child, he says I'm big bro and little bro all at once. So that's kind of when you're, that's your Saturn, that's kind of how you're showing up in the world. So always keep a balanced mind, as you say that when my birthday is February, I always say a new start. I didn't know why I say it. Yeah, February is the new year. It's really the new year, honestly. But well, the new year as far as the calendar is concerned, we'll go with that. We'll talk about calendar because calendar is supposed to be based off of moon cycles, and there's 13 of them. So, as far as like relationships, Aries, you got an Aries Juno, so oh my God, okay, I'm triggered. Anyway, I know why I'm triggered. Your chart remind me of someone that I know now, and he gets on my fucking nerves. Cause you're born like some days after his ass. I was like, yeah, does this chart look familiar? Triggered. All right, I'm back. I just got triggered a little bit. But Juno in Aries makes you very selfish in relationships. It's supposed to be your chart. So you need somebody who is more empathetic and more of I want to say a pleaser. You're going to need to be with somebody who's more, I don't want to say subservient, but someone who's there to support you, because with the Aries Juno, for you to get in relationships, you're still kind of concerned with self. You're going to need a lot of independence. Juno and Aries people do be over-exaggerating their independence a little bit, though. That's the only thing. Because Juno is the asteroid of marriage. So marriage is not an Aries thing. So when you take the asteroid of marriage and you put it in Aries is like, what the fuck is this? Why do I need another person? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It don't compute to your you know what I mean? It don't match up right. So when you have a Juno in Aries, and that's the whole year, that's a year sign. So anybody born in 84 or maybe 83 has that placement. So it's not just you, it's your year. Juno's like a 2-year transit. So it could be, whatever, 83, 84. It doesn't transfer well because, Aries doesn't know what the fuck marriage is. Aries is like, what are you talking about? This is why a lot of Aries people don't marry. And if they do marry, they need a lot of independence because they need to be able to do what they want to do. But Juno and Aries shows up the same way. In a relationship, you might even you might want to cohabitate. It depends, but you might even have energies about you that doesn't want to cohabitate. But Juno and Aries people do be exaggerating their need for independence, and it actually can work against them because a lot of times with that Saturn and Libra, in your instance, you want a relationship, you want a marriage because Saturn and Libra is about marriage. It's about contracts. You want to be you want to be equally yoked, not even just married. You want to be with like somebody who balances you, right? You want to be with a soulmate essentially. Your yin to your yang. So you do want a relationship. So that independence kind of needs to be checked a little bit if you want to be in a relationship. You're going to have to check that and also care about your partner's needs. That's something that Juno and Aries struggles with a lot. Is it's not about me all the time. This is another human being and they have feelings and needs as well. So that's something that if you want a relationship to work, you have to think about that. Now you could be like, well, I'm very empathetic and I only care about my person. Well, that could be because you have Saturn and Libra and it is opposite your Juno, but I don't know. And then it would depend on if it's an actual marriage or really long-term relationship, how it shows up and what that person says. Because we say one thing, we think one thing, but like people tell me I'm domineering and I'm dominating and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't see that in myself, but people see things in me that I can't see. I'm not, I can't observe myself. So that's something that really is up to the person that you're in a relationship with to say. So just make sure that's something that you're looking into. You do have Moon in Virgo, but again, it's in the 12th house. And I told you guys earlier about the 12th house. when things are in the 12th house, it gets locked up in the subconscious and you're not really in touch with it. So yes, you have a Virgo moon, which makes you really want to help people and be a helper, because Virgo is about duty and service and responsibility. This is why a lot of Virgo people, true Virgo people, like to be married. They like to be in marriages. Like true Virgos are like Cardi B. She's a true Virgo. Yes, not a Libra. Kim Kardashian, Amber Rose. These are women who are always in relationships and always trying to have children and babies because they love, or Jada Pinkett Smith. She's also a Virgo. You know what I'm saying? These are women who they feel a duty to their children and being wives. They like it. They like it. They enjoy it. If you ask a lot of them what they wanted, they love their children. They love being wives and mothers, which is something that you're going to really gravitate towards, but you have to deal with that Juno and Aries. And you also have to get in touch with this, because there's a part of you that felt like you need to hide this, or you don't need to be in touch with it because it's in your subconscious. Oh yeah, Christian, we talked about the 12th house earlier. L got the damn 12th house sun too. I didn't even know. So both of y'all walking around here with that. But yeah, so there is a part of you that is nurturing and very, service oriented. But you need to tap into that, and that really is healing some feminine energy. There's something about you that's hiding your feminine energy, and if you struggle with your feminine energy, you really need to work on that, because you have a lot of Libra energy, which is a feminine sign, and your Libra actually rules your second house. So if you tap into that cooperative energy where you're like, willing to work in a partnership and willing to work with people, you're really going to find your finances really increase. You come from a family of mediators. With Libra in the second house, you come from a line of people who were mediators in some way, shape, or form. Mediation comes into different forms, but you come from a line of people who kept balance. So there's a really big need to work on that side of you, if there's some blockages with the feminine energy. Okay. But yeah, I'd say your purpose, which you came here to achieve, is financial wealth. You have Taurus in the North Node, Taurus North Node. I always tell Taurus North Node people to buy land, buy homes, real estate property. Taurus North Nodes need, so if you were born in 84, this can apply to you. 83, this can apply to you as well, depending on where the North Node was. But you need to buy land. You need to buy property, because that's what you came here to achieve, is wealth, big wealth. Taurus is the sign of massive wealth as well, just like Capricorn. A lot of Taurus people they got money, true Taurus people. And I named a couple of them earlier. All right. Money. All right. So you came here to achieve some money. In past lives, you were more spiritual. You gained a lot of spiritual knowledge. You also have a Pisces 7th house. So you were probably like a spiritual worker. You could have been like you could have done love work for people in past lives, but there was an energy of you not getting paid for it. So you want to still use those gifts and qualities, but you want to make money from it. Okay. You don't want to just be a spiritual person. So you might not even be really like someone who's you might do spiritual stuff because you did it in a past life, but you want to make money from it. So you would be more someone who's teaching or talking about it, or maybe interviewing people, because you do have a midhaven in Gemini. What's up, Red Nappy Summer? So, you might be someone who more so teaches spirituality or talks about it or shares information about it. But as long as you're making money from it is important for you, because money is important. You got a lot of money signs. That Saturn and Libra, people sleep on that. But like I said, those 333 Gates, Bill Gates, Jobs, and Zuckerberg, those are 3 Saturn and Libras right there. That's a money sign. Libra's a money sign. Libra women, specifically, like true Libra women, in sidereal, they about that money. So the men too, shit. P. Diddy's a true Libra. Shit, his crazy ass. Money. About them dollars, okay? So, yeah, just make sure you're not hiding that feminine energy. I don't really think you can. It's the Mars and Virgo in your first house. It'd probably be hard to, but I mean, if your moon is backed up in the 12th, so you could stuff it away, especially if there's some issues with the mother. You gotta work through those, okay? So that's what I have. I'm going to end it for today. Like I said, if you want to book a chart reading with me, I would highly suggest you do it. It's probably an easier way, and you can keep it and have it forever, and it will, you can use it. I always still go back to my chart even to this day. I'm always studying my chart. I have a code, so check out the discount code. I'm going to put it in the the description box of this video on my other page when I post this. It is a longer video, so you know, you can watch it or not watch it. It's mainly just to show people what an astrology reading is and, you know, what it's like. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys staying on with me, those who've kind of been on with me the whole time. Queen of Wands group, I'll see you guys in a couple hours. And I'll probably be back on later to do some tarot for you guys, okay? All right, I love y'all. Bye.